Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown Live episode 1039 and 205 Live episode 138. Both of these were broadcast on July 16th, 2019. I enjoyed both of these episodes. 205 Live is consistently so friggin' good. Everybody go watch 205 Live. Watch 205 Live. If you like wrestling, then if you're listening to this podcast, then you probably like wrestling anyway. And if you're listening to this podcast and you don't watch 205 Live already, then you fix that. Go watch 205 Live. It's awesome. It's better. It's the most consistent show, storyline wise, continuity wise, quality wise. Every single week. I mean, some episodes aren't, some episodes aren't 10 out of 10, but I can't even think of a time when I was disappointed in watching an episode of 205 Live. At least one of the matches is just roaring. So yeah, that's all this episode is about. Just go watch 205 Live. But no, we had a clip from earlier in the day where Shane heads off Kevin at the entrance to the arena and tells him to go home. He has the night off, and he's not invited to the town hall, which Shane got the idea from Kevin to listen to people's feedback. So we see the town hall. Roman Reigns, who does not have a match, he doesn't appear the entire rest of this episode. So maybe he was fined so badly for his comments that he got sent home. I don't know. But Roman Reigns says, this is at the town hall now. He says, first of all, nobody in this room respects you. And as far as diplomacy goes, you can kiss my ass. And Shane says, well, okay then. I'm going to find you and take care of that later. Let's hear from Charlotte, who then continues to kiss the McMahon's butts, thanks them for how great they are to her and all of that. But Liv interrupts, and she tells Charlotte to stop being a phony. And Charlotte says, well, your tongue, you weren't born with a blue tongue. And so that leads to a match later on the night. Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan. So I'll talk about that in a moment. Buddy Murphy, he is not happy that Kevin was even mentioning his name. And it sounds like he might be challenging Kevin at some point. And then Apollo Crews, he says everybody agrees with what Kevin said. And Zelina says, well, no, shut up. Shut up, you. And then they she challenges him to a fight with Andrade. Elias comes over. He's interrupted by the New Day. What does that say? What did I write? Oh, they say Kevin had some good points. They don't like him necessarily, but he had some good points. Like how it was way too long until Kofi even got a chance at the WWE Championship. But Shane calls for the mic to get cut off, and it does. And he says, oh, I'm so sorry, the mic cut out there. Blah, blah, blah. After everybody goes back, but before Shane leaves, Cesaro comes out. And Shane's like, what's going on here? And Cesaro says, I'm the wild card, and I want to challenge Alistair to pick a fight with me. And Shane accepts that, even though it should be Alistair saying, yes, I want to pick a fight with you again. But yeah, it's still good. And after Cesaro happily heads to the back, Kevin Owens arrives, sneaks up behind Shane McMahon, and hits him with a stunner. So yeah, that was a really good. I took up a whole half a page of notes there just for that first segment. I like it, even though it wasn't a wrestling match. There's some good stuff in there. I enjoyed it. And then our first match of the night was Aleister Black versus Cesaro, which was awesome, of course. It went across two segments. There's a lot in the commercial break, so I kind of want to go back and watch that because I honestly spaced out a bit during that. Oh yeah, there's a picture-in-picture of the match there. But Aleister Black wins again with the black mass, and it sends Cesaro's mouthpiece flying out. So that was pretty awesome. Then we had Charlotte Flair versus Liv Morgan. Charlotte Flair wins via the figure 8, and Liv is livid, and she steals Corey's mic, his headset off of him, and says, Charlotte was right. When I come back, I'm going to be real. So we'll see what that means. I'm interested. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Nobody knows what that means. And then we have Ember with a surprise partner, if she can find a partner, versus Sonya and Mandy, and that partner is Bayley. And Bayley gets the win. Oh, did Bayley pin? I think Ember pinned. It made the pin. I don't remember who got the actual pin. It might have been Ember. I know the finishing move was the Eclipse. So the interview afterwards, Bayley says that she wants to face somebody who deserves it. And so she looks across the ring to her partner in that match, Ember Moon. And Ember says, hell yeah. And so that's that. There's the match is made, I guess. Backstage, Ali congratulates Shinsuke Nakamura. That could be hinting at what's to come there. Is it safe to say that Finn Balor is on Raw now? Because he didn't appear. He wasn't anywhere. I don't think he was on the stage. Roman was there, so he's on. I don't know. I think once we get through SummerSlam, maybe not even then. Once we have the actual split between Fox and USA, October 4th, then we will know, I think. Have they started selling tickets for that yet? I need to look into that. I do want to go to that show, the first SmackDown on Fox, because something crazy has got to happen. At least one crazy thing, if not like the entire night of crazy stuff. I need to look into that. Tomorrow morning, the tickets for Madison Square Gardens go on sale, like the 2-pack tickets. So you buy tickets for both nights at once. So hopefully I can get a 2-pack. So I'll keep y'all updated on the next episode, which will be I gotta watch NXT and NXT UK from last week, and then tomorrow is the new episodes for this week, and then also I have to do the new comics from last week, and then tomorrow I'll be getting the new comics from this week. But maybe I'll get some of that done tonight. It's already pretty. Oh my god, it's almost midnight. Oh, I got wrapped up into. I had some YouTube stuff playing while I was doing work, getting stuff ready, putting prints into frames, and then getting those all packed up, ready to go for the next convention, which is in just a week and a half now. Wow, that is pretty soon. So it is good that I've gotten started on this. I went to. Did I talk about this already? That I went to the store to get some stuff. Yes, I did talk about this in the last episode, but I'm excited for the stuff that I'm going to build. And work on that stuff tomorrow. I think that is the some displays for my booth at Galactic Swag Expo in Arlington, Texas. That's next weekend. July's 20-something to 20-something. Go check it out. The 24th through 25th? Maybe that's right. I'm not sure. It's the next Friday, next Saturday and Sunday. But anyway, let's see. The New Day, they come out and they say they accept the rematch for the tag titles from Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Daniel Bryan comes out and he leaves, and he returns and he leaves and returns and he leaves and drops the mic. And then Joe comes out and says, well, if he doesn't want to take you up on these offers, then I want a championship match. Elias comes out and he says, you blew it. I deserve a chance. And then Randy Orton comes out and says, nah, I want that championship. And he says, I'm going to use the RK and then he lets the audience say "oh," and then you hear just very very softly, you hear Xavier Woods go, "RK what?" I love that. These guys are the best. They say, "This sounds like a challenge, playa. Let's have a 6-man tag team match." And Ray says, "6-man tag team, 6-man tag team, 6-man tag team, 6-man tag team. Nah, I'm good." But then they say the Viper has gone limp, and that gets Randy interested. No, never. I can't let that. I can't let the word about that get thrown around. Let's have this match. So we have the New Day versus Elias, Joe, and Orton wins the match and pins Kofi Kingston. And I 100% hope that it is Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. Oh, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be real good. Did I get a ticket for Randy Orton? I don't think I did. Maybe I should. But it'll be before he wins it. If he does win, it'll be before he won the championship. So maybe not. Anyway, I'm super excited for all the people that I am meeting. Anyway, it's going to be so awesome. Backstage, Carmella has an idea for R-Truth. Says we should go to Comic-Con and you'll be in costume and you won't get nobody will find you. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing some videos from Comic-Con with R-Truth in a costume. Hopefully it's like a really bad costume, but he's like in a washer and he's like stuck in there and then he like falls. I don't know if he's supposed to fall over. That looked like it really, really hurts. But yeah, he was offended. He says, "Don't call me a con." I forget what he said. It is the other kind of con. Then we have the Kabuki Warriors versus the Iconics in a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Kabuki Warriors won via count out when the Iconics, they got sent out of the ring and then they just stayed out there. So there's no championship change, and the Kabuki Warriors not happy about that. They went on the attack. And so I really hope that we get a real match, a solid match, a full match between these two teams or more. More teams would be fine if it is a stipulation match. And that stipulation, I think, would eliminate the cheating ways or the loophole ways of the Iconics getting out of their. They're really taking advantage of that champion's advantage as much as they can when they even have a match to begin with. So I think it needs to be a ladder match because there are no countouts, there are disqualifications, there is no championship advantage. Is whoever gets up those ladders gets the championship. As long as they're in that match, I guess. Well, technically, I don't know. Different things have happened. Brock Lesnar was not in that match until the very end, and he won the Money in the Bank thing. But, yeah, I think that would be very awesome. If there are two more teams in there, I think that would be fine too. You could get Alexa and Nikki Cross as a team in there, and you could also get because right now Alexa doesn't have anything for SummerSlam. Nikki Cross doesn't have anything for SummerSlam, and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville don't have anything for SummerSlam. They could be in that match as well. So I kind of hope that something like that happens. If it's just a regular 4-team match like at WrestleMania, that's kind of redundant. And I hope that they do something different because that means all of the women in the match are active at all times, and any one of them could win the match without having to tag in and stuff like that. Up next, we had Andrade versus Apollo. Apollo got a win after a reversal of a pin, and so that was pretty exciting for him. Andrade and Zelina are not happy about that at all. And then our main event is Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. This is after Ziggler is spending the entire episode trying to get Owens on the phone to convince him to come and have that match because he told Shane he would be able to do that. Later on in the match, all the bad guys come out. It's a heel parade, and it almost serves as a distraction to cause Owens a loss, but he avoids the zigzag, and let's see. No, he does get hit by a zigzag, but he kicks out. He hits Ziggler with a stunner. Shane pulls him off of Ziggler during the countout, and so he ends up outside of the ring, and Owens hits Shane with another. It was the second stunner they hit Shane with that day, and he runs and gets the hell out of there. And was it Kayla? Or was that Char? I think it was no. Yeah, I think it was Kayla. She comes up to Shane, who's there. He was coughing a lot. He really have a hard time with these stunners. And asks him like, what's going on? And he says, he's gonna pay. He's gonna pay so bad. So we'll see how Kevin pays. Yeah. So that was SmackDown. I really liked it, and I'm excited to see what happens. There's 3 more episodes until SummerSlam. That's nuts, and I'm super excited. And I'm doing like way too much travel before then. But it's all going to be really, really fun. I have 2 conventions before then. And then the very next week, it's all coming up real soon. So this weekend, I'm going to Texas for just 3 days, like 3.5 days. And going to see the Blue Devils in shows in San Antonio and in Mesquite, Texas. And then they have a day off in the middle there. So I don't know what I'm going to do on that day. I'm going to see if they need help with anything, or if I'm just going to go and hang out and do my own thing somewhere else. It would be cool. I mean, I could go up to Dallas early, or I could hang out with some people who are there for the free day and then go. I don't know. No idea. I just want to be able to actually see their show in uniform. Because I wasn't able to do that last week. I went even if I had been at the show last week, it was just a standstill performance because of weather, and so I still went to actually seeing the show in uniform. So it's Saturday for sure. I will see the show in uniform because it's an indoor show. So whether it's raining or whatever, I'll be able to see it, and so I'm really excited for that. But so yeah, that's this weekend, and then next weekend I'll be at Galactic Swag Expo in Arlington, Texas, and then next weekend after that is the Bell County Comic Con in Belton, Texas, which is just a bit south of Waco, and then the weekend after that is SummerSlam, and there might be like midweek stuff that I'm doing between those, but we'll see what goes down there. I was thinking of road tripping out to Raw and SmackDown after Galactic Swag Expo, because they're in Memphis, Tennessee, and Little Rock, and those are only like 4 hours, and then a 2-hour. It's like a 4-hour drive to Memphis from Dallas, I think, and then like a 2-hour drive from Memphis to Little Rock. So like for where I'm going to be, it's not that far away. So we'll see. I might end up going to those, or otherwise I'll just drive all the way back home from Dallas and then drive back down there again the next week. And we'll see what happens. But yeah. It's gonna be a good few weeks, and then after SummerSlam, it's gonna be crazy too. Then the weekend right after that, Cirque du Soleil is here in Denver. I'm super excited for that. And then the weekend after that is the Colorado Springs Comic Con. And then like 2 weeks after that, and then the next weekend is going to Las Vegas to see a bunch of shows, and then just a 1-day trip to Chicago for All Out, and then the weekend after that is the next. Oh man, there's so much. I might be doing too much stuff, but I'll be talking about all of it here on the podcast for sure. So that brings us to 205 Live, episode 138. I took very short notes because I ran out of room on the page, and I didn't want to go to a whole other sheet of paper. So we had Samir Singh versus Akira Tozawa. Tozawa won, but then the Singh brothers attacked them afterwards. Lee Brian Kendrick was there to help his friend, and they end up standing tall after that. Mike Kanellis versus a local fellow named Jackson James. He won and then beat him down afterwards, and then had some words for Drake Maverick. He wants to kick Drake Maverick's ass, and he says all kinds of stuff about Drake and his marriage and all that. And this sets Drake off. He snaps and attacks Mike Kanellis, and I want to see this match. This has been like the longest build to Drake Maverick having an actual match for like it's been like it's what's the word for it? It's been brewing since before WrestleMania last year, because he was like, oh, GMs can insert themselves into a match. When Shane McMahon did it, I think. It was either when Shane did it or when Daniel Bryan did it. After Daniel Bryan was cleared. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it when it does happen. And then we have the technical masterpiece of Chad Gable versus Jack Gallagher. So many callbacks to their first match with the whole count-out thing that happened. There was a tease of that that completely avoided that. Chad avoided that happening by getting Jack into the ring himself. Not that Jack was capable of doing that, but it played into the story really well. And there's all kinds of stuff like that. And I loved it that I think it was Nigel who was mostly referencing, or maybe it was Aiden who's referencing. He was letting us know a lot of the stuff that tied into their previous their previous match. So go watch this. It's so good. Chad Gable won the match via a bridging German suplex. But like that was actually the whole sequence going into that was so good. It was fantastic, and the crowd was going crazy. Commentary, they were up on their feet. They were standing and giving a round of standing ovation. It was awesome. And just watch 205 Live. Everybody, go watch 205 Live. If everybody watched 205 Live, they'd see, like, man, we got to keep doing more with this. And I saw, when I was doing the hashtags, when I was posting something, I saw the hashtag 205 Live Takeover, and I hadn't seen that before. And I don't know what the specifics are of what people have been talking about, that idea. But to me, that sounds awesome. Just those words, 205 Live Takeover, their own pay-per-view event. How awesome would that be? I think there should be a weekend that they just do. They have to do another all-women's pay-per-view. It would be so awesome. Evolution was one of the best pay-per-views of the entire year last year. You gotta do Evolution too. But if they did, like a weekend of shows of pay-per-view special events, they could do Saturday night 205 Live Takeover, and Sunday night the Evolution 2, and then roll right into the Raw the next night. Like, how awesome would that be? And they could do it in the same arena. They could do it it doesn't have to be a huge arena or anything like that. It could be in a smaller arena, like they did the Nassau Coliseum, where they did Evolution last year. And I think it would be very awesome if it could even just be like in Orlando. They could have it there and have it at live from one of the college arenas near there or something like that. I don't know. Maybe people have already talked about all this kind of stuff for 205 Live Takeover idea, but I think make it a weekend thing in one arena that you have all this stuff for these two big shows, for the roster that doesn't get to shine as much as all the big guys. So I don't know. Watch 205 Live. It's awesome. And the main event from last week. I talked about this already, but that main event, Anything Goes, is so good. So freaking good. Go watch it. Go watch every 205 Live. There's something that's awesome. So anyway, that's it for now. Stay tuned. I'll be doing my comic. I'm going to read some of these comics first because I haven't had a chance to read any of this past week's comics yet. But I'll be doing last week's comics, and then in the next couple of days I'll also be doing this week's comics that I picked up. So stay tuned for those. Catching up on NXT and NXT UK real soon. And I have not had a chance to watch the Evolve special or Fight for the Fallen yet. I tuned in towards the end of Fight for the Fallen, but I was not paying attention at all. So I don't think it's fair to say I even have an opinion on anything that I did see till I actually just watch the whole thing. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you thought about SmackDown and 205 Live this week by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW. I did so well until then. Here on TIW Podcast. Bye.